This is Christiana's TV. Today we are going to talk about riding bicycle in the dream. That is the spiritual meaning of riding bicycle in the dream. So the spiritual meaning of riding bicycle in the dream represents spiritual struggle. In other words, when you see yourself riding bicycle in the dream, it means that your spiritual life is struggling. But what can cause spiritual struggle? What do you think that can cause spiritual struggle? Sometimes disobedience, distractions. And things that can cause distractions are nothing more than sometimes our businesses, careers, even social media. So when you see yourself riding bicycle in the dream, the Lord is speaking. Because the Lord speaks to us with things that are around us. He doesn't use things that we don't know. He will use things that are around you so that when you see it, you understand. So he doesn't use strange things to speak to his children. He uses things that are always around us. That is why you can see yourself riding bicycle in the dream, why it means something else. You might see yourself riding bicycle in the dream, you think it just maybe you're just riding bicycle in the dream, but you don't know that the Lord is speaking. He's speaking to you with bicycle. So when I say that the Lord speaks to us with things that are around us, sometimes the Lord can use phone to speak to you. Can use your phone to speak to you. Maybe you see yourself holding your phone because your phone represents your communication with the Lord. So when I say that the Lord uses things that are around us to speak to us, so that is what I mean, what I meant. So if you see yourself riding bicycle in the dream, the Lord is reminding you, the Lord is trying to let you know that your spiritual life is struggling. Your business can make your business can make your spiritual life to struggle because your business can be one of the things that are distracting you from your walk with the Lord. Your business, your career, social media, those are things that are distracting the children of God these days because of their businesses. Maybe some of them used to follow the Lord the way they are supposed, but because of their business, they don't even have time to serve the Lord. They don't even have time to walk with the Lord the way they used to. So some of us, we don't even have time for God because of our business. So many of us don't even know how to pay the tithe of our time. As long as you are being distracted with your business, with your career, or whatsoever, your spiritual life must struggle. I don't know who you are that's going through this spiritual struggle this time. If you know you are going through this, or if you know you are having this kind of dream, see yourself riding bicycle in the dream as a child of God, all you need to do is to go back to God and ask Him for forgiveness of sin. Because distractions are much on this earth at this time. We have to be careful as children of God. The devil is using social media at this time to distract the children of God. He knows the youths, none of them are even paying attention for things about the Lord this time because of social media. They don't even have time to give to the Lord. We don't pay tithe of our time because of social media. Those of us, there's so many people, so many youth, parents. In those days, people give time to God. But these days, because of social media, you see many people, the time they are supposed to give to God, you see them being on their phone for more than 5 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. They don't even have time to spend with the Lord. Because as a child of God, we are supposed to give our time to the Lord. We are supposed to have time to the Lord, to spend a quality time with Him. To have a personal relationship with the Lord, we have to give time to Him as a child of God. And as long as we don't have time for the Lord, before you know it, you begin to withdraw. You begin to withdraw. You begin to withdraw. Before you know it, your spiritual life will begin to struggle. Your spiritual life will begin to struggle. So if you want your spiritual life to be strong, all you need to do is to have a personal relationship with the Lord. Give Him time. Create time to be with Him because He wants you in His presence. You have to devote that time for Him. Not only time for prayer, but the time to communicate with Him. Because there are difference between praying and communication. When He will speak and you will listen, and when you speak, when you listen, He will speak. Because if you don't have time to give to Him, how can you listen to Him? How can you hear Him? You cannot hear from Him. The Lord speaks to His children if only we are listening. In diverse ways, He has been speaking to His children, but yet we don't understand. That is why in Job chapter 33, verse 14 says, "For God does speak now one way, now another way, though man may perceive it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, as they slumber in their bed, He may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings." That is how the Lord speaks to His children, because maybe your mind will be wondering, as long as it is day, everybody's running about here and there for businesses and one other things. The Lord will allow you. But when you sleep, because He has a message for you, He will come and He will speak. So as a child of God, as children of God, we have to make our time for the Lord, for Him to speak to us. Because if you are a child of God and the Lord does not speak to you, that means your spiritual life is dead. Your spiritual life is dead. Because as a child of God, you are supposed to be hearing from the Lord. So today, if you know you are in this kind of category, if you know in this category, you are in this category, that you see yourself riding bicycle in the train, you have to ask God to help you. You have to ask God to help you so that you go back to Him and walk with Him. Because you cannot walk with the Lord. You cannot walk with the Lord without getting closer to Him. And you cannot hear from the Lord without getting closer to Him. You have to be close to Him. For example, your child will not be standing far asking something from you and then you will give it to him. You will not give it to him. You will wait for him to come close for you to understand what he's saying. That is what the Lord wants from us. For us to come close to Him. He wants us to come close so that He will rub mind together with you. As a child of God, let us make our time for the Lord and be in His presence. Thank you. Channel, like, share, and subscribe, and press the notification button. Thank you, and God bless you.